Hey y'all, good morning and welcome to Morning Mindset. It is Friday. I am super excited about this day. We have to understand that our level of excitement for a day is all a choice. Like we get to choose to be happy. We get to choose to be excited about a day in the midst of any and everything that's going on. We still have that same level of choice to choose, am I just going to be like, oh my God, like this is a mess. Like I'm just so frustrated and this and this and this, right? Or if I can choose to be excited, can I find some things that could make me frustrated this morning? Heck to the yeah. But can I also choose to be excited this morning? Also, right? In the midst of everything else? Also, heck to the yeah. Okay. So this morning, I know you guys are probably wondering, y'all probably was wondering on Wednesday, right? So what happened was Wednesday was the accident. Wednesday was the accident of the time change, right? As in I don't know what happened on Wednesday. Like my day just kind of got, I don't know. My morning was kind of weird. And I thought I was running late. And I was getting ready for morning mindset, right? And I popped on 7 and I just started going. And then at the end, as soon as I got done with morning mindset, there was a notification that said morning mindset starting soon. And I'm like, where were you at? Like we just finished. So Wednesday was an accident when we started at 7 a.m. This morning is not an accident because starting at 7 a.m. it just makes it so much better in my schedule, because when I start at 8, that means I'm ending at 9. And oh my God, this 9 just seems super, super late in the morning for me to get all the things done in my day. So I'm starting early, okay? If I first initially wanted to start it at 6 a.m. So when Morning Mindset first went live, we were going live the first week at 6 a.m. And people was like, yo, Jazz, I want to join you, but sis, I'm tired out here in these streets. I'm like, okay. And I pushed it back. But, I think 7 a.m. will be a good medium. And for those that want to join, I encourage you to. So if you're trying to, wake up a little bit earlier, I encourage you to do so. This will help hold you accountable so you can attend these lives. Awesome. And if not, don't worry about it. The replays will be available always. And I'm getting ready to post our replays on YouTube and on podcast. So that way you can listen to it wherever you are. But this morning, okay, this morning I was trying to, just meditating this morning before I woke up and trying to debate on which topic that I was actually going to talk about. And it came to me really fast because I was kind of going over my week and kind of how my week went, right? And different things in my week and things. And that's pretty much where I pull our topics from, in a sense, right? Just watching things from a distance and just seeing questions or reactions or comments or concern, whatever kind of communication. That's how I gear my topics to see what I should talk about, what the community needs on this morning or this week, right? So with that being said, I had a really busy week because next week, my husband and I are celebrating 14 years, y'all. 14 long, beautiful, 14 years of marriage. And we're going to go out and have a nice little staycation. And it's so funny because I was this morning when I was, heading upstairs to my office to get ready, and he was like, what you got on, what's your plans for today? I was like, I think I'm going to do some filming, record some new videos to get prepared for YouTube. And then while we're gone, I can edit the video. He was like, you're planning to work? Yeah, come on. It is, I don't know. I don't even know what it would be like not to work. And it's not like I'm having a full set schedule. It's if we're sitting down and lounging and on the bed or watching something, yeah, I'm going to pop up my laptop and do some editing. Okay. But because of my, I'm not going to be present next week, I took in a lot of meetings this week, back to back to back to back. And it was kind of like that, like Monday started, Monday started with meetings back to back, and it's like ending the whole week like that, which is totally cool, right? Sometimes you just have to learn how to pivot, because Monday morning came, and this is totally off topic, but this is for somebody. I know this is Monday morning came, and I started my week off beautiful. God, what is this on my list? I started this week off beautiful. You know, I was planning, I was praying, I was meditating. I had like perfect idea of how I wanted my week to look like, what I wanted my week to be like. I was gonna try that new Pomodoro technique that I talked about on Monday. Okay, where it's supposed to like give optimal focus on your workday to help you be more productive, right? And yeah, it did not go like that. I looked at my calendar schedule, and I literally had back-to-back meetings all morning. Hey, Chris, I don't know if you're still on, but thanks so much for joining. And I had to be okay with pivoting my day. Beforehand, when I used to be like entrepreneur days, I was not okay with pivoting. I was not okay with adjusting my work schedule to situations that was occurring throughout the day, like at all. It kind of almost paralyzed me, like holding me like, oh my God, what I do? I would like get frantic, and I was like, what I'm going to do? Like this is, and then at the end of the day, I'm complaining because I'm like, oh my God, like nothing went right, and this didn't go well, and this didn't go well. And when I would really reflect, I'd be like, well, no, it just didn't go as I planned, as I saw fit, as I thought my day was going to look. So this whole week, like my plan went out the window, like exit left. Okay. And I had to pivot my whole entire week and adjust my whole entire week, but I was still productive. Right. So I hope this is for somebody, because I know like there's some people that's similar to me that want to have like the ideal day, and it doesn't work that way. Right. But you can still be productive. So anywho, this morning though, I wanted to talk about the process. You know, I within my meetings this week, I talked to a lot of entrepreneurs that are in different phases of launching or starting or scaling their cleaning business, which is amazing, right? And each level or phase that they were at, their number one question was, or what the number one question really was like, what is the step-by-step process? Like, what is the actual like step-by-step? Like, what do I have to do to get this? Like, give me like the idea. Like, I really want to like point 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, you know what I mean? Like, that was like the census of almost each meeting that I had. Right. And I have meetings today, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be kind of similar. Right. And it's okay. I get it, because I was there. I remember in 2020, my business was scaling, and this was before like this was like January 2020. My business was like first started taking like off, and then, you know, March came, but my business started taking off, and I was trying to figure out how to scale, and I was trying to figure out how to grow. And then I was trying to figure out how to pivot. Okay. And one of my mentors told me to read Think and Grow Rich. So like, read this book. I promise you, this book is going to like give you so much answers and clarity. And I was like, what? Okay. Like, this book is literally going to teach me how to think and grow rich. And I don't think I paid attention to the title as much as I did with just the grow rich part. I don't think I even like paid attention to the think part, just the grow rich part. And I'm reading the book. It's an awesome book. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a great read. I'm reading it, right? I ain't got nothing much but time, right? And like by chapter 4, I messaged my mentor. I'm like, yo, like, I'm reading the book. It's a good read. It's a deep read, but it's not giving me answers that I'm looking for. And you know what she told me to do? She told me to start over. Like, okay, you missed it. Like, you must have, she like, and I, you know, and all her wisdom, right? She was like, you must have missed it, because it's in there. You must have missed it. She's like, you have to start over from chapter 1. You have to start over. So I'm trying to seek these answers. She said I missed it, so I must have missed it. So I went back, and I'm reading the book again from chapter 1. I get to chapter 4 again, and I call her this time. I'm like, I reread those chapters and I don't see the answers yet. And she was like, okay, I know you're busy. You're looking for a particular thing. She's like, just keep going. Call me when you get to chapter 6. I get to chapter 6, I call her back, and I still didn't find the answers. And I was frustrated because what I was looking for, or what I thought I was looking for, was those actual steps of do this to get this, then do this to get this, then do this to get this. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the secret sauce. I was looking for the recipe. I'm not like the best cook, but baby, give me a recipe. Give me the step by step, and I'm going to follow that thing to the T. Okay. And it's going to taste bomb. Now, the minute I try to recook a thing without the recipe, it ain't going to taste the same because my measurements are off, right? My measurements are off. I didn't add this amount of this, and I didn't add this amount of this, and baby, it's not going to taste the same. Okay, I tried to make some gravy, some vegan gravy for my house guests. And I was like, oh yeah, I made this years ago and it was so good. This time was not good. It was not good at all. But because I didn't follow the recipe. So I was looking for the same thing in that book, for it to like literally tell me step by step on what to do. And it did not. And when she really started talking, she was like, you're looking for the wrong thing. She was like, this book is not going to give you the step by. This book is going to alter your perspective. It's going to change your way of thinking. It's going to alter how you see things. It's going to alter how you process information. It's going to alter how you overcome challenge. It's going to alter how you even see a challenge. And she's like, these are the steps that you're going to need to get rich. And I'm like, but it's not telling me how to get rich. Like, it's not telling me that like, I need to like invest in stocks or like put, the 80, 20, 10, 10 rule. Like, like it's not telling me none of that. And it took me a long time to understand that, right? It took me a really, really long time to understand that. And I think that's why the reason that, as a book club, we started with this book, because this book changed my whole entire life. It changed my whole entire mindset and thought process of entrepreneurship, right? And so I'm talking to all these entrepreneurs and like, Jasmine, I'm trying to get to this and I can't get to this. I need the steps. And I'm giving them the steps, you guys. I'm giving them information. And they're like, yeah, I know, I'm doing that. I'm doing the things you're telling me, but like, I don't know, like, I'm not getting to what I want to get fast enough. I'm not getting to the results I want to get fast enough, or this is not happening fast enough, right? And one person, I think I even shared this on Wednesday, one person, I was like, well, how long did you give it? They was like, we've been working at this for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Oh, okay, baby, that is not long enough. That is not long enough. What I'm trying to say is that nobody can avoid the process. Nobody can like just skip over the process. Everybody has to go through their own process, right? And I'm not sure if my friend is still on here or not on Facebook, but Chris, he is a major 7-figure earner cleaning business that runs his business remotely, right? And I'm proud to say that he's one of my mentors in the industry. And he helped me a lot in the process of as I was growing my VA company, right? I mean, like, I'm on voice notes, like almost crying to him. Okay, you guys? Almost like, Chris, I don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated. This is not working out like this, and this is not working out like this. And I need this to work out like this, right? And he has a very successful also virtual assistant business as well, right? And in the midst of me sharing my frustrations and him helping me along the journey of that beginning process of those learning pains, he never once gave me the step by step, as in you do this to do this, to do this, to do this, right? But he guided me in a way that allowed me to change my perspective, how I saw things, right? He allowed me to not to overthink a thing and then rethink a thing with another perspective, right? And the tools that he gave me during that time frame, like, exceeded my expectation, because I can grow so much more from that. right? I was talking with somebody else and he is doing extremely well in his business. I mean, extremely well. He's projected to do, 7 figures his first year. Okay. I mean, the man is killing it. And I'm talking to him and I'm hearing his frustrations. And it's the same thing. He's like, I just need to know the steps. Like, what do I do when this happens? What do I do when that happens? What do I do if I really want to bring on a VA team, but how do I tell them what to do when this happens? Right. And and of course, my answer just kind of brought more frustration, right? At the end, it was all clarity. At the end, he had, I mean, it was like light bulbs, okay? Like light bulbs was like glittering off of his mind, like, oh my God, okay, I get it, right? He's like, because your responses, they just come off so easy, but my responses are based off of experience, right? No matter, if you are in this program, you're in the CEO Cleaning Academy and you're one of our members and you're taking the course and you attend every Tuesday, right? Or if you're in another academy where you're able to learn from other mentors, right? In an academy that Chris offers, and you're learning from him and his expertise, because there's a lot of great giants within this business industry that does something very similar to me, right? I don't try to fake the funk like I know the magic answers at all. But you know what I am sharing? The advice, where the course material, where the like the course catalog and all that stuff came from. It came from my experience. It came from my knowledge. It came from me testing and trying a thing, right? Then testing and trying it again to see like if it really, really worked, right? And then of me documenting my process, right? Like you guys may hear like I'm a researcher. Oh my God, if somebody could pay me like multiple 7 figures just to research for them, I would, now I wouldn't quit everything. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, but I would do it as a side gig because I love research and I love falling down that rabbit hole. So before I even started and launched the academy, I had a full-blown beta of 20 individuals that I sat with every week and taught them this business and walked them through in the beginning steps of them launching their business. And all the ones, I can't say everybody, but I can say that all the ones that took the information and did the work and was consistent in the work and that produced a level of work ethic that can get them the results, end up having 6-figure cleaning businesses. And then after that, then I did another beta. I want to find out, like, did you do what did you do different? What helped you? What didn't help you, right? I needed the data because I needed to know that my steps and my process didn't just work for me. I had to test it and try it and see if it also worked for other companies, right? And it did, right? So after I found that out, I documented the process. I wrote it all down. I literally try to think of every kind of scenario. And that's the hardest part, getting what's in your head out on paper. Oh my God, that was the hardest part. Because things that happen in your business or in your daily life, right? They come to you so naturally, right? They come to you so naturally. You do them out of habit. You built up this know-how of how to do a thing to where you don't document it, right? Like if somebody was to say like, hey, how do you drink this water? You twist the top, you pour it up, you drip it, you put your lip on the rim, and you prepare to, swallow the water. And if somebody like, what do you mean? Just drink the water, right? Just drink it. But documenting the process is like listing out those whole steps. But trying to get that out in your head for something that comes so naturally is sometimes kind of hard, right? So I had to document the whole process, put it on paper, and then launch it. And in all actuality, these whole entire 8 months has still been a beta. For those that have been with me in the very, very, very beginning, y'all seen the transitions? Because I'm testing and trying to figure out what is the best way to present the information. What is the best way to add value? When I first started the CEO Cleaning Academy, it was strictly only just a cleaning course alone. That was it. And then I was like, yo, this is not enough value. People can't really excel. Then I had to go back in my mind and I had to ask myself, what like complete, like what all information that I need to fully make me, like made me where I was at, right? Then I'm like, okay, that's good. But I'm like, that's still not enough value. Like there's other industry. Like how can I really like give the most maximum value to my community, right? But I had to document the process, right? And what I'm at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say, and I'm just gonna just keep pounding this in, is that nobody can skip the process. Okay. And I brought up these other examples of these heavy hitters in this industry, because at the end of the day, what you guys are signing up for and what you guys decide to like, come join and come glean off the information is what worked for them and their process and their opinions, right? And their opinion to the process of what worked for them, right? Because there's no one way. There is no one way to do this. And you're so right, Kisa, you nailed it right on the head. We are looking for instant gratification. We want to pop this thing in the microwave and that's it. I still love popcorn cooked on the stove. Oh my God, there's nothing like popcorn cooked on the stove with a little bit of olive oil and some Himalayan salt. That's my jam. Sprinkle a little garlic salt. Oh, I'm in heaven. Oh, don't add me some tahini on it, okay? But that process takes some time. You got to put the corns in there. You got to put the lid, shake it up, wait for it to pop, right? Wait for it to cool. It's a process that some people would rather just stick that bag of popcorn in the microwave for 6 minutes and it be done. But that is not the process, right? And if we look for that process only, if we are out here in these entrepreneur streets searching for these instant gratification of courses that can provide instant results, like I will never ever guarantee a thing. Somebody said, can you guarantee? No, I will never, because I don't know your work ethic. I don't know your mindset. I don't know the capacity that you have to carry what you're trying to actually develop. I will never guarantee a thing, but we're out here looking for instant answers, instant results, instant gratification. And we're moving like that, right? I think about my dad. I think I share this story sometimes, right? I think about my dad. My dad is an awesome entrepreneur, right? Amazing entrepreneur. He, when I was, I don't know, fifth grade, I think I was in fifth grade, my dad launches a donut shop, right? He launches a donut shop in a perfect location, across the street from a police department, down the street from like a high school, around the corner from like a school district, perfect location, right? And after 11 o'clock, business got slow, and he was like, yo, this can't work. I need to make money all day, right? He was trying to find a way to replace his income so he can get off the road, because he was a truck driver. And so he added deli. He was like, this will help. I'm going to add sandwiches, right? They all have lunchtime. They all come here at lunchtime, and they're going to be able to get their deli, and then that's it, right? He noticed another pattern that around 3 o'clock, it started getting slow again. And he's like, yo, this is not going to work. I need business all day. And this man adds barbecue. Okay. He adds barbecue. This shop is in the hood, y'all. Okay. But he adds barbecue. So we are literally having a donut, deli, and barbecue shop. Okay. Donut, deli, barbecue shop. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's set. Business all day. People is putting in their barbecue orders at breakfast. People is putting their sandwiches orders at breakfast. People is putting in their, like all day. And you know what? Yes, he learned how to pivot, but he didn't have the access of information we have right now. He didn't have the access to courses. He didn't have the access to YouTube and podcasts. And I mean, yes, there was books out there, right? But he didn't have the access to instant information like we do now. He had to figure that thing out. He had to go through that process and see the results and figure out How can I make this business grow? It was a complete process for him that he had to go through himself. Trial and error. Yes, Keisha, thank you for talking back to your girl, okay? Yes, it was trial and error. Trial and error, but he had to go through the process. Nobody told him that. And the best part about it is because yes, he was able to figure out the results, but what he learned in the midst of that process was more valuable than the result itself, because it taught him problem-solving skills. It taught him how to pivot. It taught him how to be resistant. It taught him how to be resilient. It taught him how to be persistent in the midst of that transitioning from adding one product to another product to another product, right? But now we have access to all this information and we're kind of spoiled, right? We're spoiled because we have these entrepreneurs out here saying that I can guarantee that you'll make 10K your first week after learning this information. I'm guarantee you that you can go out there and buy that big body Benz, build business credit, go out there, get an LLC, get a Benz, right? Like, first of all, you have to still pay that note, baby. Like, just because you're getting, you have the business credit and the LLC and the EIN, you still have to show income and you still have to be able to afford those payments and that insurance and that oil change. All right. So we are out here spoiled, looking for instant gratification, trying to avoid the process. The information and the mentors and the coaches and the courses and like the little, what's those things called? Like the group coaching programs, right? All of that does is it gives you a leg up. It provides you with more guidance as you go through your process. It gives you some insight. It allows us to share our wisdom and our process and what we did, right? Think of it like parenting. Like it's so funny because as I'm saying these words, it's kind of like parenting, right? We try to teach our kids, and for those that have kids, y'all gonna understand. We try to teach our kids like, "Ooh, don't touch that, it's hot." And kids like, "Ooh, is it really though? Is it really hot?" Like, yeah, boy, it's hot. Like, don't touch that, right? We try to give them information and wisdom and guidance so that way their process could maybe go a little easier than it was on us, right? We try to give them the leg up, share our knowledge, share our wisdom, help expand their mindsets. It's the same thing, but it doesn't mean that it's going to avoid the process. One of the things that is really funny to me is when everybody joins the academy and they get to the pricing. Is this good, y'all? Let me know on Facebook if y'all listening, this is good, okay? When they get to the pricing part and they're like, "I'm having a really hard time. Can you just, can you give us a guide on pricing?" And it took me a long time and I was not going to do this, but I finally put the guide out there for the pricing. And immediately everybody started using that guide for their pricing point. And they tried to not avoid, they try to skip the part of that extremely important pivotal of doing that research market, right? Your pricing is going to mean everything. Like I mentioned, the person I was talking to on the phone, that he's doing extremely well in his business, he said that he charged $2,500 to do a deep clean on an 18,000 square feet home. Could you imagine if he didn't do that research to find out that price point and he would have underpriced that? He charged $2,500, right? I was talking with somebody else the other day too, and they was telling me the price points, and they was mad low. And at first I just assumed that he was giving me the prices for the 1 bedroom. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm like, so what's the other price? He's like, that's our price range. He was like, but our customers are happy. They're not complaining. I'm like, yeah, they're not complaining. They love you because they're getting over on you. I hate to say it, but I mean, they're kind of getting over. They ain't going to complain at all. And they're going to give you a nice tip because they're going to feel a little guilty. They're like, man, I feel so bad for getting over on you. I'm going to make sure to give you a little tip. Right? Okay. And I look up a competitor in their area, and their competitor is charging 2 times the amount they're charging. 2 times. And he's wondering why he's not profiting. He's wondering why his profit margins are not adding up. He's like, yo, it's not mathing. This math is not mathing. You saying that I can be able to make this amount of money, and based upon what we're doing right now and doing this, if I add cleaners and I give them a percentage, I really, yeah, you really ain't gonna be making nothing, because you try to avoid the process of doing the market research in your area to find out what your competitors are charging. Yes, I'm not being excessive when I say search up 15 to 20 to 25 companies. Market research is vital. Companies hire like full-blown companies to do market research. You guys see them commercial, they bring all the people in, they test out the cereal, they want to see if they like it. Shoot, some companies are so ruthless, they'll send somebody to go work in the company to get like more insight information. Like, I can see the outside, I can read all the things on the outside, but let's see what's on the inside. Like, they'll even hire people and have them go work on the inside of companies because they know how vital that market research is. Like, you guys see it on commercials all day. I really, really hate when commercials have to down a product. They'll be like, a Lexus is 10 times more better than a Honda. I'm like, I hate when companies do that, right? But I mean, like, they've done their market research and their information is accurate, and they're trying to win over your clients by letting them know that, look, you love this product, but this product is missing this, and we got this, so come over here. So you cannot avoid any process that you are going through when you're launching a cleaning business or any kind of business. Shoot, life, just life. We can avoid the steps of the process. That's why I love these Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, because I believe that working on you is also working on your business. And this part of the process cannot be avoided. It's probably going to be one of the most important parts, right? Keisha said, yeah, market research is so important. You works for me in NYC probably will not work. That is so true. NYC prices are completely different. I'm in Dallas. What I charge in Dallas, I can't charge in South Dallas or San Antonio. Like, it's different markets. You cannot avoid the process, right? Now, what the next step is, once everybody come to the realization that you cannot avoid the process, right? What you need to do next is then document your process. Because you will learn to find out that I'm going to take some of what Jasmine said because that was good, and I'm going to test it and try it, and it worked really well. But I put this little twist on it, and I kind of like this result better. So I'm going to stick with this, right? And then I also learned this from somebody else, and I tried it, and it really didn't work, but I love this one piece. So I'm going to add this piece to this too. Right. I asked him, I was like, you're doing so well. He's like, I know, but I feel like I'm freestyling. Baby, that's all life is. I'm freestyling the whole thing. I'm freestyling the whole thing, right? That's why I love the journey of becoming, right? The journey of becoming who you are is a beautiful, amazing journey. And if you can appreciate the moments of now versus always just being so focused on the moments of where you're trying to go, you can see the beauty in it. Because the moments of becoming, or the process of becoming, so many things are being pulled out, being put in, being yanked out, attitudes, bad characteristics, right? Like things that are not going to be profitable for our growth, right? That's our process of becoming, but we cannot avoid it. But the beautiful thing about the process is when we can be so self-aware of it, we can document it. So I asked him, I was like, you're freestyling it, but something is working because you're getting consistent results. You have over 300 5-star reviews. You're killing it. You're on the trajectory to do 7 figures your first year. Like, awesome, right? So you're freestyling it, but something is working. And you've been doing this for a long enough time to where you can kind of look at the patterns. So you have to document it. Right? You have to get what you're doing in your head and document. He's like, Jeff, I want the step-by-step. I'm like, you're doing the steps. You're doing it. You just want somebody to hand over. And then when they hand it over to you, it may not even match what you're fully doing. it can look different than what you're doing. And you'll be like, yo, this is not what I'm doing. So then you're not going to really, that won't even satisfy the urge that you're looking for, because it's not what you're currently doing that's giving you the success. Right? So you have to document. One of my favorite entrepreneurs talks about like the power of documenting, right? Documenting for like social media content and just documenting for your process, right? But you have to document it. Like, these are a couple steps that I want to give you guys when you start to document, because this is basically what your SOPs are, service operation procedures, right? Every company needs it, because when you grow and you do put people in place, they do need to know how to step in, right? And still run your business like I'm running your business. But some things, even though when you bring people in, they have to develop, right? I have a whole virtual assistant company, and each VA goes through weeks and weeks of training, and then they do on the job training, and then they do shadow training. Okay. Because I want to test and try them. All right. And he was like, well, how do you test and try them? Because of course I'm looking for the literal skill sets that they have, but how do I test and try them? I'm testing and trying them to see how they handle pressure. How well could they multitask? And he was like, well, we're not supposed to multitask. Okay, you're right. But it's not necessarily multitasking and doing several things at one time. It's how do they process it? How can they categorize? How could they prioritize which one they need to work on first? Right. If somebody's saying, oh my God, a cleaner is late. Oh my God, the power went out at one job. Oh my God, I'm talking to a client that's trying to book. How can they prioritize which task? And are they going to buckle under the pressure? Are they going to fumble? Are they going to easily seek help from somebody else? Or are they going to take ownership in the situation and problem solve and figure it out? That's how I test and try them. Because I can give them the guide, and I can be like, look, when this happens, you need to do this. This is your text script. This is your email script. This is your phone script, right? This is your follow-up funnel. It's easy for somebody to follow the step by step, but I'm testing and trying them to see, can they handle the pressure? Can they problem solve? Are they going to bring me the solution or the problem? Those are my key components, right? So when you are trying to document your process, you still have to know that anybody you bring onto your team, there's still going to be their own process for them to go through to fully know everything, because situations are going to occur. Out of the blue, situations are going to occur that may not be on your process, on your SOPs. Okay. But when you are trying to create your company's SOPs, it is basically what you have documented throughout your business. What policies have you created? What procedures have you created? And you know what policies and procedures mainly came from, besides like the standard ones? They came from situations that have occurred more than a couple of times. And now you're trying to put some steps in place when that situation pop up again, right? That's where my SOPs came from. I got tired of cleaners showing up to houses that, was worse condition than it was. And then they kept still cleaning it. And then at the end, they was like, yo, you need to pay me more money because that house I just went to was super bad. I'm like, well, shoot, how did I know that? Why didn't you let me know that? So I like, look, policy, when you show up to a house and you deem that the condition is worse than what they booked for, you take pictures, you call us, you let us know, don't you touch a thing. We will look at it to deem if that's accurate or not. Because sometimes they'd be like, oh, this girl, like, that's just trash. Pick that up and throw it away, right? But sometimes it is. So now I put that in place. So like, don't you touch anything. I'm going to look at the pictures, call the client, readjust the booking. If they want to readjust the booking, they can. And then now you move, right? But that came in place after I got tired of that happening so many times. That's all SOPs and policies and procedures are. It's documenting experiences that have occurred more than one time, more than 2 times. Okay. So these are some steps when you're trying to create your SOPs and document your process as you are growing your business. Okay. Define the process in scopes, like decide which process is going to provide you like the optimal result. Okay. Then you have to create and write down the steps. Remember I talked about this water bottle, right? You pick it up, twist the top to the left, put it down, lift it up, prepare your, you know what I mean? Like those are steps. That's what steps look like, not just writing down your SOP. Oh, pick up the water and drink it. Because yes, this is a super simple example, y'all, but sometimes we can't assume that somebody will understand everything in our mind. So we do have to write them out like step by step. Okay. And then describe like who was involved in this, what is the outcome supposed to look like? And then if the outcome looks like this, then what happens? Okay. And note down your expectations. Like, hey, if this happens this way, this should be the result. So that way, the person who is following these steps know what the expected outcome should look like. Because then they're just doing the steps and be like, okay, did I do it right? It will let them know if they did it right, ideally. Now, of course, nothing will always turn out that way, but it will kind of help them gauge if they did it accurately. Okay. Then add control points, right? I'm going to put this in the chat afterwards, and then I'll make sure to add it into Circle because I don't have enough time to go over all of them. But add control points, right? This will let them know, hey, if this happens, do it this way. If this happens, do it this way. If this happens, you're doing it right, right? Then review and test your process. This is my favorite part. Review and test it to see if it worked. Like literally maybe hand it to somebody else and let them do it, or you take your exact steps. And now don't go off your mind, right? Because if you're following your exact steps and you did something different that's not written because it's just so embedded in your mind that you just know to do it, you need to still take that and add that to your SOP, add that to your process. That's going to be super important when you are trying to scale your business, right? When you are trying to scale it in a way to sell it, scale it in a way to open it up another location, scale it in a way to franchise it. Oh my God, if you decide to franchise, I talked with a franchise lawyer and oh my Lord, that process, I thought something else was hard, but that process is like, I mean, because like essentially you're creating that whole book pamphlet that you can hand over to somebody like, here's your business, do all these steps, you can get the same results. But they need that process like documented to the T. Okay. So document your process. Okay. It will help give you an idea, like to see it on paper, right? To help even like make yourself a little bit proud of the work that you're doing, because sometimes we'd be so busy in the midst of doing all the things. We don't even know like all the things that we should be doing, that we should be actually clapping our back, like patting ourselves on the back about. Because being an entrepreneur is hard work. It's super hard. It's so hard. I never said it would be easy. I just said it'd be doable. And everybody can do it. Like we're fully capable of doing it. Are we wanting to? Do we want to commit to it? Like I was talking about on Wednesday, right? Like, can you commit to it even knowing that the process is going to be difficult or challenging? Or is it easy to commit to it like not knowing? But then when you get in it, you'll see that that process is kind of challenging. Will you stay? Will you still do all the things? I hope so. I really do. I really do hope so. Okay. So I hope this has been good this morning, leaving out on this Friday. Leaving out on this Friday. I just want you guys to all know that the work that you're doing is not in vain. Okay. No matter if you feel like you're freestyling this, if you like, I don't even know what I'm doing, sis. I'm just doing. I'm following the steps. I'm just doing. I'm out here just working. I'm out here building, just doing. Awesome. That's your process. Pay attention to your process. Be aware, document your process. Don't try to avoid the process. Don't try to look for shortcuts. Like Keisha said, don't try to pop that thing in the microwave and look for instant gratification. Like willingly submit to the process. The more you buck up against it, the more frustrated it's going to make you, because you can't avoid it. And even if you're like, yo, this is too hard, I'm going to take a pause break. That's fine. I get it. But when you come back, that process is still going to be here waiting for you. It ain't going nowhere. You try to hire somebody else, it's still going to be here waiting for you. Try to join another course, it's still going to be here waiting for you. You get a done for you option, it's still going to be here waiting for you. I love my done for you services. Like, I love it. I love it. I had to like tell it back some because I almost felt like it was providing more of a negative effect than the outcome I was really hoping for. Because it made my done for you clients, some of them even more spoiled because they're like, oh, here's your perfect, like everything is already done. And then when it's time to do the things, they don't know how to do the things. And it really made me like step back and think like, am I going to continue this service? But the process, no matter which route, my hair is looking real crazy this morning, y'all. I'm sorry, got off guard, but the process cannot be avoided like whatsoever. Okay, just willingly submit to the process, and you'll be so happy about it. You will be so happy about. You'll be a better person that you committed through that process, because like I said, like business is just the outer result, but in the midst of us growing, that inside is like the value that you receive while going through your process is going to help you so much more than just this. Like you'll so much more than just like leaps and bounds, the results you'll be able to get from just submitting to that process. Ooh, I like your background. It's like you. I mean, your background. That's cute. But I hope you guys have a good day. Does anybody have any questions? I see some people on Facebook. If you guys have any questions, please drop them. I will not be here on Monday or Wednesday, but I will be back on Friday of next week because I'll be out of town. And then maybe like I'll post a replay like of like the very first one or something like that. But does anybody have any questions? No?
I have one.
Oh, yes.
So I wanted to ask if you have any referral code for Booking Koala. I've been trying to find the course, but I think you're an affiliate, aren't you?
Yes, there is a code. And are you in Circle?
Yeah.
Can you send me a message? Can you send me a DM?
Sure.
Yes, send me a DM and I'll send you the link. I was just thinking yesterday that I'm going to try to like put all the links in one place. Yeah, because Open Phone just gave me another link referral as well. So I'm trying to get a better discount because they jacked us up last month.
Okay.
So they trying to like help reward that situation. But yes, I will send me a DM and I'll get that link to you.
Okay, thank you. I have a second question.
Yes.
So this is about, so I'm not from this industry at all, like nowhere related to this industry. So I have fear in, whether I'm hiring the right people, like, whether that will impact the review. Like I've been talking to many cleaners, individual as well as a company. But I do ask the questions that they're in the course. But what would you advise for someone who's totally alien to this industry to be, to watch out for?
Well, that's a good question. Okay. All right. That's a good question. I would really love if we could answer that question on our training days. So Monday, or even feel free to ask it in the group, please.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can go in Circle, ask that question in Circle, and I promise I'll come back and answer it for you.
Sure.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings are like our business mindset meetings, where I come talk on things not directly about business, but like indirectly about business.
Understood. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're welcome. And thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Sure.
I hope this has been good, y'all. I hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend. And I will see you guys next Friday morning. And remember, the time has changed now to 7 a.m. And I will make that reminder out there because that time change did just kind of just pop up. So have a good one and I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.